Hey everyone, and welcome back to Gardening with Ben. Well, today's video we're going to be talking about finding your motivation to get back in the garden again and back in the allotments. As obviously I do my demonstration videos, but we like to have a little chat every so often and give you a talk to and share with you some of the stuff what we get up to down here at the allotment. So yeah, today's video is going to be talking about getting your motivation to get back into gardening and allotmenting again. And one of the things that I find is that what I used to do with my allotment is that once my crops had finished around September, October time, I used to not come down to the allotment. I used to just pack it up and not come back down until January, February time. And during that time, it had used up all my time to get it all ready and try and get it all back in good standing, ready for springtime before I started sowing all my seeds, which, if you know me, my allotment gets very messy. I'm not a tidy gardener, but it takes time to get it all back ready and dug over, all the old weeds cleared. If you've got bindweed issues like me, digging all the roots out, you don't get it all out unfortunately, but you manage to get most of it out. But it takes up a lot of your time. And a few years back I thought, no, I'm going to carry on doing my allotment through autumn and winter time. And that's when I found my passion for being back in the garden again, back enjoying what I do, because obviously you get your rewards from your growing your fruit and your vegetables, and that encourages you to go to the allotment. But during the winter months and autumn months, your encouragement is from seeing what you manage to do. And I set myself little projects through autumn and winter to keep myself motivated in the garden and coming down. Like every year I'll write something down what I want to do. Last year I rebuilt all my shed with my dad, which we had a lot of time doing and getting it all back looking good again. Hopefully withstand this winter, we'll see. Fingers crossed it should, it's pretty sturdy now. But yeah, I usually do a different project every winter. Like this winter, hopefully I'm gonna renovate inside my shed. I did a bit last year, but I want to spend a lot of time this winter time renovating it all. I'm gonna give it a nice lick of paint. I'm gonna sort all my shelving out, because I've got all my shelving up, but I'm gonna screw it all down properly, and I'm gonna put plastic over them to stop them from rotting, so that when I water it won't rot the shelving, and just make it all ship shape and tidy in there. So I like to set myself little projects. And every year I like to spend a bit of money on my plot. I don't spend loads, but I like to do up a little area of the plot each year. Like last year, again, obviously with my shed, we had to do it. I had no choice, it had all collapsed. But last year I spent a bit of money on this area where I'm sat now, as I wanted somewhere that I could sit back, relax and enjoy the allotment and look at what I've done. And every year I'll do a bit of improvement on my plot so that it's a bit more maintenance free and you don't have to spend as much time looking after it. And as you'll have seen from my tour video earlier in the week, is that I've built an area at the top of my plot, which I did a few years ago. I cleared it all, which was absolutely awful. It had never been cleared in the 17 years that I'd had it. There were bottles in it, bricks everywhere, rubble. It was just awful. There were wire in the ground and stuff like that, and roots from trees. It was awful, but we cleared it all and we created a layout for it, but I've never really used it to grow in yet. And it's in a shady area, so it won't get much growth on vegetables. So we're going to look at different sorts of flowers that we can grow in a shady area and improve that area as well over the winter and springtime. I'm looking at possibly having alpine plants in that area, as some alpines spread and flower, so hopefully it'll look nice up there. So yeah, I like to do a few improvements every year, and from doing the improvements on it, it motivates me because I see the fantastic work that's gone into it and what it looks like at the end. And as obviously I'm a blogger, I share what it looks like at the beginning and what it looks like at the end, and that's the end result is what I see as the most encouraging, because you think all that hard work has gone in well and you've got some fantastic results out of it all. So that is how I keep my motivation. I set myself little projects, I take photos at the beginning, throughout of it, and I like to see the end result. But doing them winter projects that I'm doing now, it keeps you motivated and keeps you coming down to the allotment, keeps you going. Obviously, like some people, like I used to, they pack up at end of August and don't bother going out until next year. But keep yourself motivated, set yourself little tasks to do, tick them off once you've done them like I do, and then you'll have great rewards next year. So that has been my little video for today, talking about how you keep your motivation down at the allotment and keep gardening, as I always say. And as my motto always says, remember, keep smiling, keep shining, and keep gardening with Ben. And I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Remember to give us a follow, give us a like, and leave a comment below. Will you keep motivated throughout the autumn and winter periods? Until next time, everyone, I will see you all later.